Good morning. Good morning, Boker Tov. See, not so many people out there today. Some people are going back to work today here. So let me know if you can hear me, whoever is there. Morning, Tanya. I'm going to wait for Yofi. Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. I'm going to wait for a minute or two and see if anyone else joins us. And I'm going to start. Buongiorno, Alberto. Morning, Marco. Hope you're all doing well there, wherever you're at. Whatever the circumstances are. All right, I'm going to wait a few more seconds and then I'm going to start. IoT. Morning, Anthony. Give it a few more seconds and then I'm going to start. All right. So let me start. So it looks like most people here, you've been on these calls before, these classes before, so you've been practicing and you kind of understand the technique already. So I'm just going to do a very quick intro for today, and then we'll go into the meditation. So our behavior is set by our behavior. As funny as it sounds, the moment that we do something, the moment that we react in a certain way, act or react in a certain way, we set a pattern. We set our own pattern. It's a neural pattern in our mind, and this sets the pattern of our behavior. So whatever reaction that we have, whether it's fear, worry, anger, lust, greed, whatever reaction that we have, or whatever reaction that you can distinguish with a name, is a result of an inner reaction. And whenever we react in a particular way, we are setting the path to our next reaction, which will be exactly in the same way. So every time that we react, we plant a seed. or we nourish the seeds that are already there. And a seed can only give the qualities, can only give later as a fruit the quality of whatever the seed is. So if it's a oak tree, if it's a seed of an oak tree, then you're gonna get an oak tree. If it's a seed of an apple tree, you're gonna get an apple tree. If it's seed of anger, you're gonna act with anger. If it's seed of lust, you're gonna act with lust. But deeper, on a deeper level, it's always about craving and dislike, craving and dislike, craving and dislike, which happens on a very deep level of our mind, which is always reacting to our biochemical state, the way we are in every moment. There are millions of changes that happen within our frame, or our body frame and our mind, and we always react to it. And the first reaction is always biochemical, and the second reaction is once the mind recognizes the the situation, the discomfort, the biochemical sensation, there's a reaction, and then there is a liking or disliking. So whenever we react with worry, it's already a byproduct of the initial recognition of the mind of a situation that there is a dislike to it, and now we worry because we are worried. We're not aware of the biochemical change and the sensation that creates this worry, but our mind associates it. And on a very deep level, our mind associates this discomfort with what is going to happen in the future. So there's always, the deepest level is always craving and aversion, liking and disliking, wanting and not wanting. Whenever we experience something we don't want, we aspire, our mind aspire to get to experience the comfortable feeling, the what it wants to feel. And whenever we have this experience that we like and we want to feel, we don't want it to end. And our mind always goes through the motions, liking, disliking, liking, disliking, liking, disliking, and our behavior is the result of that. So when we sit and meditate and we start working with our breath, we're objective to whatever experience that we have. We train our mind to be objective and not react to this very feeling that always makes us react. So it's very powerful. And when we practice anapanasati, when we practice this meditation in the right way, as it's intended to, we start changing the habit patterns of our mind. So I think I talked a little more than I planned on, but regardless, I think it was important. It's always important to understand why we do what we do. So let's meditate. So we focus on this area right below our nostrils, over our upper lip. So please close your eyes and bring the focus of your attention to this area below your nostrils. And the narrower the area, the sharper the mind becomes. And observe your breath in this area as it goes in and as it comes out. Just observe the little sensation that you get when the breath goes in and the breath goes out. And be aware of the pattern. Be aware of whether it's deep, whether it's shallow. You can be aware of whether it's fast or slow, whether it goes in from one nostril or the other nostril, or maybe both. You can be aware that when you inhale, the air is a bit cooler than when you exhale. There's also the gap in between when you inhale and you exhale, or when in between when you exhale and you inhale. So just be aware of the moment, your breath as it is, without changing it, without manipulating it, without visualizing it, without verbalizing it, just as is, and accepting the moment objectively without any preference. That's your breath, it's your reality, your truth right now, as it pertains to you. This is your truth, and no one else's. And accept that this is your truth right now. And every time your mind drifts, you start daydreaming, you think about other things, just bring it back to your breath. And do it without any negativity, without any frustration. Every time you realize that your mind is drifting, bring it back. And if you start feeling tired, drowsy, just take a couple intentional deeper breaths and then go back to observing your breath as it is. That's all you have to do. Everything or anything that happens outside the area below your nostril that you focus on, don't give it any importance. Whatever it is, whether it's a good feeling, pain, discomfort, a thought, you're aware of it, but you don't give it any importance. The importance is your breath. Every time that you feel that your mind is drifting, just bring it back to your breath. All right, we've meditated for 20 minutes. You may continue meditate on your own, or you can ask me any question using the live chat box. You can comment or ask me any question, and I'll try and answer as best as I can. Again, you should meditate morning, meditate evening. Morning, evening. 15 to 20 minutes in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes in the evening. For now is good. Regardless whether you show up on these calls or you do it on your own, by now you know the technique. You don't need these calls, but it's always good to have a group that is meditating and you can join it. It helps maintain the practice, but the key is really to develop the discipline and the habit of doing it on yourself, on your own. Eventually, a few days, a week, I don't know how long we're going to keep on doing that. Eventually, you got to do it on your own. Thanks, Bea. So, meditate mornings, meditate evenings, and use the insight, the wisdom that you get while meditating during the day. If you don't use it, then you losing the aim. You losing the reason that you meditate. You're not meditating just to sit and meditate. You meditate to get wisdom and to use the wisdom throughout the day. So try and stay aware of your breath throughout the day. Fall asleep with awareness of your breath. Wake up in the morning before you jump out of bed. Stay with your breath for a couple of minutes, and it will help you to maintain the habit and the awareness and the objectivity and to bring the wisdom that you gain from your meditation sessions to your life. Thanks, Alberto. So again, I'll be here tomorrow morning. We are going to continue possibly for a few more days. I'm not sure how long we're going to continue. We're going to see according to how many of you show up every morning. But as of now, we still lockdown stage 4, and we're going to continue. So thanks for joining. Thanks, Anthony. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Have a good day. Sending love.